Okay. Okay. It looks like we're getting started. Meow. So pick a group, any group. You know what, Seawill? You're on TV. Oh. This will be good. I'm gonna leave. Okay. We're up. Welcome, Blorger. Georgia! I can't believe this. I hate that, like, when streamer mode gets enabled on Discord, I can't read anybody's name. Oogly Boogly. Welcome, Luther. Luther J. Artwright. You're about to see Seawill versus Shiro Brawl. This is Group B of pools, I think. Also, hi everyone. Okay, well I guess Shiro Brawl is saying hi to everyone via the private chat, so I'll just relay that.
Greetings!
Greetings. Indeed. Opinion on Skibbity Sigma Ohio Phantom Taxers. I gotta say, you're opening a bit of a can of worms here. You've invoked the term brain rot, which on its own is like one thing, but if I catch a whiff of African American vernacular English, the joke is over. So keep that in mind.
Looking forward to this match.
Stay on your toes. Sleep with one eye open.
Battle with your heart. Battle with love. You ready for a real challenge?
Let's make this a fun battle.
Nevada!
Let's experiment.
Battle mode engaged.
Let's experiment.
Oh man, I was playing Champion, so I was listening to this like literally all day today, and I don't like the song. Okay. There's like some, I don't know, builds is a build. I don't know where Seawill's trigger is. But looks like that 2-chain harassment got some damage on the board. It looks like this 2-chain's gonna be a cleanup. Was it intended to be that? Only a little bit of damage, but it forces Shiro Brawl to set off his main chain. I'm not sure if it was supposed to pop like that on Seawill's end. Shiro Brawl showing first game of the tournament. Is this the first tournament that Shiro Brawl's ever played in? And the first thing he does is send a 12-chain? That's a little foul. Did I just get threatened live? It's not a threat, it's a promise. That's what they used to say at my high school. Okay. Steve-O, I have no clue how to follow your chain. How long is your chain? Can you just tell me? Hellfire chain from Shiro Brawl here. Not enough space to pop any of that.
What a favorable outcome.
Okay, I'm seeing like a little bit of like a left side thing. Right? With Sandwich on Seawill's board. But unfortunately that trigger's gonna be blocked off. That's gonna be a nasty large 3-chain from Shiro Brawl. And Shiro Brawl's, knowing he's at an advantage, just sends off a finishing attack. Okay, getting a right-hand GTR from Seawill. Alright, this is nice. I like this. I like this. Bit of a color conflict, uses that red to elevate those purples to get it out of the way. Finishing out that chain. It's a very nice chain. Now this is going to be a chunky 4-chain harassment from Shiro Brawl. Forcing out the main chain from Seawill. Does Shiro Brawl have enough time to get out the main chain? I suppose he does. Shiro Brawl has these extended, like these elevated GTRs. Counters the chain with an 11. And honestly, like a very admirable response from Seawill with that 5. The problem is that, like, Seawill is at a massive disadvantage. And of course, this chunky 8-chain is going to not, you know, be a little bit. There's no way that Seawill could really fight against that. Ah! Okay. We're good. We're so up. I'm assuming Seawill is a bit of a freestyler with the capacity to send some long chains, really pop, clean up from Shiro Brawl. Bit of like a rough damage drop in terms of the timing for Seawill. Hesitated a little bit with the placement of that red purple. I would have put it in column 1 and couldn't get those blues and greens out fast enough in order to get the extension that he wanted. It's like almost enough reds and yellows for that to be an all clear on Seawill's end, but it would have been a really long one, so it's probably not worth pursuing. Shearball's got 2 links of a tail here, plus a very neat sandwich chain up on the 3rd floor.
Vital scan.
Kind of like a perfect set of pieces. I would probably just bail and go for it, but those greens are definitely going to cut that tail. Wait, green's cut, so he doesn't burn out too much of his chain. Just a matter of can he get the purples in time, which he doesn't get.
Recharge mode engaged.
A win for science.
Okay, we're 1-5, Seawill versus Shiro Brawl. Okay, I think we're getting a bit of a freestyle chain from Shiro Brawl.
Vital scan.
Kind of like a... Shiro Brawl builds very quickly. Seawill very close to the top of that board. That one chain is going to be way too much damage. Shiro Brawl playing with fire on the length of those chains there.
A win for science.
Gonna bite the bullet for building that close to the sun. And by the sun, I mean the red eggs at the top of column 3. Okay, so we're getting sandwich from Shiro Brawl now.
Vital scan.
Seawill's base chain still not completed, with missing a yellow in column 4, covered up by those sets of blues. Seawill's probably going to want to go for a big damage rush chain. Unfortunately, Shiro Brawl has the same idea, so that's going to put Seawill behind in terms of board health and pieces.
Vital scan.
Follow-up 3 chain. No, the follow-up main chain from Shiro Brawl. And Shiro Brawl just seizing on that opportunity, knowing that Seawill doesn't necessarily have the pieces to set off that main chain.
What a poor result.
What a favorable outcome.
Hi, I'm from Japan. Can I join? In the tournament? I mean, anyone can join the tournament. The problem is that it's just already underway. But in the description of the stream, there's a link to the server, and you could join that. We host Carbuncle's Corner every 2 weeks. Yes, every 2 weeks on Friday. Oh, we also have a PC event that's happening tomorrow if you own Puyo Puyo Champions on Steam.
Vital scan. Vital scan. Vital scan.
Well. Tenderness.
Alright. Okay, we have a main chain response from Seawill. Seawill getting the opportunity to set this off. Unfortunately, not really... Oh, well, catching Shiro Brawl off guard because that DTR doesn't fully connect.
Recharge mode engaged.
A win for science.
I didn't even mention that Shiro Brawl was at match point. The Seawill still putting a little bit of pressure on him, which is commendable. See, I always know Shiro Brawl is the guy who kicked the absolute shit out of Ets in that Puyo Puyo Tetris video. It was actually titled like Puyo Puyo or something like that. The red bee. Sensing a misdrop on Seawill's end. Listen, if it's a misdrop, just set off something big and beat the fuck out of him. It's a bit too late for that, though. There's kind of an extension here with the greens and the purples, but the greens and... This is an insane green drought for a 13 chain. So, See, we'll manage to get something off. We'll see if it's going to be enough, and it cuts early. Unfortunate.
What a poor result.
What a favorable outcome.
Tutar is somehow more brain rotted than me. That's unfortunate. Alright. On to the next round. Is Pink Spinner playing? I don't think she's playing, right? Oh, she is! Okay. Now I get to root for the best player in the tournament. Oh my god. Huzzah. Sewell, where are you? Get on here. Ah! God, I so wish I didn't flunk out of elementary Japanese. Well, I didn't fit. Did I get an F or did I get a D? It wasn't for lack of trying, though. I, like, understood the material on, like, a conceptual level. I just didn't do the homework. So, since I took part 1, but I didn't take part 2, I didn't get the Gen Ed credit for it. It would have been a waste of my time to just retake the course and then take the second part. I would have been in college forever. See, we'll get on the game! Thank you.
Greetings! I'm so excited!
Hey, don't. I'm looking at the little Puyo Puyo Tetris thing, the icon. I'm just like, don't even joke, lad.
Here I come!
Oh my goodness. Dark days for Pink Spinner. We're seeing her use Amity. I feel like something terrible is happening. What do you mean I'm watching Pink Spinner use Amity and not Rafina? Seeing a lot of deliberation from Pink Spin. Setting off that main chain. A little bit, oh, I like that little, delayed, extension there. 7 chain from Pink Spin. Comes out very fast, with Seawell not really having the pieces, the correct pieces, to set off that main chain. This disturbance in the natural order may explain the thunderclaps I'm hearing outside. Unfortunately, you might actually just live in the Midwest. Do you? I sure hope not. If you do, my condolences. Oh, you know what? Well, that would have been crazy. Seawell's spending a lot of time cleaning up there. Pink Spinner sending a 4-chain harassment. Seawell opting for the main chain. Setting off an 8. And Pink responding with a 7. It's a really strong response, though. Now I'm in New England. We've been getting pounded by constant rain for the past month or so. Oh, yeah. I've been hearing about that, actually. From my friend who is also in New England because she's getting her degree right now. Hehehe. Everybody say congratulations to my friend. She's got a master's now. A little bit of a rough extension on that right-hand side for Pink there. In the way that it's, depressed. You know, it's got like a little divot. Okay, Seawell setting off that main chain. Pink trying to find a way to make this work. Unfortunately, I think... Okay, no, actually this is gonna work. It's gonna connect all the way down, which is I was worried about that little yellow piece in column 5. But this 10 is going to counter just barely. Seawell doesn't seem to have anything prepared. I think Pink Spin could learn some form-specific attacks. It's, like, interesting, because I see Pink use, like, kind of forms, which, you know, you fall in and out of. Like, here's a nice little L shape. And there it goes. And it's back again, see? An L shape with a tail, even. And then that transitions into, like, a sandwich. These cruel 1-chains. Pink opting not to set that off. Not really quite getting the pieces to extend further. Okay, both players just sending off their main chains. Ah, but the purple's cut. And so, Pink's not going to have enough time to be able to extend that. Seawell tying up that game there. I don't know, maybe the rain could be because Pink Spin's not playing Amity, or maybe it's like culminating in Pink Spin not playing Amity. Sorry, not playing Rafina, my bad. For a second there, I was living in the Amazing Spider-Man 3 universe. Okay, so, Pink's got a really high, trigger. But the problem with the high trigger is that if they don't send any damage, you have to build up a lot of, I don't want to say junk, to get back to it. And both players setting off their main chains. Green's cutting there. And that one link counter is gonna really hang it in. Although, yeah, I do agree, Freshwater. I think that Pink has really good instincts. I just think that some of the forms, I think that, like, maybe, you know what, she would probably really benefit from, like, just sitting and doing some tails. Just some tailing practice. Which, tailing is hard. It takes a while to get used to. But I found that I understood Tails the most easily when I used L-shape. Okay, so an 8 chain from Pink. We're getting a 9 at least from Seawill, and a 10. So that ends up being a 10. Not flat build, not good. Come on. I had a rating of 700 and I lost it to somebody who was, like, rush chaining. I, like, lost, like, all of it. I got so mad. I made a do not interact Puyo list. It's extremely toxic. I probably would have used those greens to extend, although it might not necessarily be the safest extension. See, this is not a very safe extension. But Seawill is just setting off the main chain anyway. See, I also hate when people do that as their main strat. It looks like both players' chains cut there. And Seawill is kind of running away with this match here. I'm hoping Pink isn't getting too flustered by some of these. Seawill seems to be, from what we saw in the previous match, Seawill's fairly prone to, oh my goodness, my foot is cramping. Ah, stop that. Okay, Seawill's got an all clear here. It's kind of a useless all clear if, but only if Pink has a longer chain. Because after a certain point, that one rock of damage isn't going to necessarily do anything about the counter damage if you send a longer chain. Pink Spinner's short on that chain by 1 link. Seawill at match point. I have more thoughts about rushes. They will be coming later. Just remind me. Okay. So we're at the purples. Pink needs a red and 2 yellows on top of that. And okay. Well, I think that oh, yeah. This 3 chain is going to hit, though. Pink Spin is going to take that. The damage is going to block off. Sorry, yeah, like, the 1 link of damage is going to block off the chain, but, the harassment is going to catch Seawill off guard, which is good. I really hope that Pink can start to take advantage of that, because we saw kind of saw Shiro Brawl use that to great effect. Instead, we get the 10 chain from Seawill. I think it's very cute that Amity and Arl have the same ultimate spell. Seawill sends the longer chain and takes that game. We will be looking at another pools match. Pools round 3. We're just gonna watch Seawill all the way through. Pink, if you're listening, Shiro has a room for you ready. I don't like rushes. I like 2+ line pokes that you need to respond to. Yeah. Yeah, because it feels like I'm actually playing the freaking game. I think the thing about, like, 3-chain rushes, 3-chain Hellfire rushes at the very beginning, is that, like, if it lands, then, like, you either, depending on what you're building, you just lose, or you get put into this back and forth extended late game that is very tiresome. The problem is that, like, rush chaining at the beginning of the match is very effective. It's very effective against, like, a kind of mid-level player, depending on how quickly they can build. So their opportunity to actually, like, engage with the cerebral aspect is just replaced by, I guess I have to get faster. Which is how I play, which, you know, I don't find that fun, because now I'm trying to improve my technical ability at a puzzle game, which is, you know, that's a little bit insipid to me. I have to train my Twitch reaction skills to a puzzle game. It is like a twitchy kind of game. To an extent. But only to an extent. A 3 power chain or a 4 can counter 2-line damage is a good response. The problem is that if it's like, I'm building my main chain, like everybody builds their main chain at the very beginning, except for people who build 3-chain power harassments. So like, if you wanted to build a 3-chain, if you wanted to build like a chain that could actually respond to a power harassment,
Let's do this.
like pretty definitively and not put you into freaking death by 1,000 paper cuts hell, you would have to actually build a main chain, and you would just have to be really fast at the game, I guess. Which I'm not. Not yet, I think. It's like, what's the fastest? I gotta get faster. Faster, faster, faster. Alright. I'm sorry to that person who joined. I guess I misunderstood what they meant by join. It was my fault for saying yes. You joined the room by mistake. Alani happily building GTR. See, well done with their chain. Now, Lonnie has a tail, which is very cool. 2 links of tail, but could definitely stand to extend on that chain a little bit more.
Too bad.
Panicked a little bit. Did I say panic? Well, she could have extended the chain for longer. That's what I'm saying. So there's not enough blues for this to be an all clear yet. So Lonnie made the good decision to bail on that. Almost done with her base. Needs 1 more green in that column 5. Diabolical green drought. And that damage is going to fall into column 4. And that beast of damage is actually going to cut her chain short.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Seawell got that 4-chain follow-up.
Too bad.
Just make the right chain at the right time. It's like to the point where like, if like, I'm sorry, but if like power chaining like that is really such an effective strategy, I might actually quit the game forever. Like I might actually uninstall the game. Alright, 2-2 stairs for the base. 2-2 stairs for the tail. It's not necessarily going to be a proper tail, but it is going to power. Green in columns 2 or 3, just fine. Yeah, you see, Lonnie kind of speeds up when the opponent sends their main chain. And then, like, just ends up setting off whatever she has, which may not necessarily be the best option. Okay, all clear start for both players. Both players kind of main chaining here. I think it's very cheesy and counterable if you're good enough. See, now therein lies the problem. I am not good enough. Even though I know it's coming. It's inevitable. Lonnie sets off that chain. It's a 5 chain. But Seawell's got his whole thing ready.
Oh boy. Too bad.
It's kind of interesting. It's like you can see how people... What the... Man. Okay, maybe now is not the time to look at the news. You can kind of see, like, people... No, everybody speeds up when their opponent sends a chain. And it's just kind of like, you know, you think about it, it's just like, it doesn't seem like you really need all that time deciding where to put a piece. You're just doing that because you're comfortable. But when it comes down to it, it's really all about having the confidence. Now, Seawell looking to extend with those reds, but kind of didn't really get... would have needed like a specific like purple to like elaborate on that chain. Just didn't get it.
Oh boy. Too bad.
Yeah. No, the real it is a panic response. It's just, but it's interesting because it's just like, you know, you weren't chaining like that a minute ago. Okay, so we're getting a harassment chain from Seawell. I'm wondering if that was just pure cleanup or, you know, also harassment. Places at yellow-green kind of egregiously. I think that could have committed to the tail a bit for that one. Opts not to turn that into a harassment chain. Kind of forced to do it anyway, the 3-chain harassment. I think Lonnie can really commit to having this 2-chain harassment. Seawell, unfortunately, catching that and setting off the main chain. I think something got seriously messed up on Lonnie's end, and so her chain's a little bit in shambles.
Oh boy. Too bad.
But seriously, why do they make, like, the chain explosion? Like, it's literally like an explosion. It sounds like a bomb. Why do they make it so loud? Seawell doing stairs. Seawell doing stairs and not doing the stairs tail. Because why? Because why? Because he hates me. Oh wait, he is doing the stairs tail. I was just looking at it in the wrong direction. Okay, he's gonna put the blue in column 2. Okay, he's gonna put the blue in column 2. And then he's gonna put the green on top of it? If he doesn't hurry up, though, he's not gonna get the...
So I won.
Every single time I see a chain I want to see go off, I never get the chance to see it. Why? Because the game hates me. Lonnie committing a little bit too hard to that all-clear opening. Gonna do the power 2 harassment with the 3 lines of damage. Okay, we're getting foul. Gets the all-clear. Okay, my fault. I wasn't familiar with your game, Lonnie. Pops that one chain. And just gonna bury Seawill. Crazy.
So I won, huh?
Lonnie got Seawill on the ropes a little bit here. Chess move. You know, this is a grown folks stream. You can say ass. Alright, 2 chain cleanup from Seawill into the main chain. And we're back at main chaining at each other until one of the other one folds. And the issue is that Lonnie doesn't chain particularly long.
Too bad.
I'm brain rotted as fuck, I don't care. See, now we gotta cut it short. Cause as fuck and I don't care is not brain rot. And neither is ass. Alright, that should be it for, for Group B. Right, that's the end of the pools matches that I caught. We're just waiting for Group D to finish up. And this is a short. We gotta have a little bit of a small amount of entrance, so we will have 2 brackets. Ruby and Pearl, I think. I don't know. What's Pennypen doing? Can I just join this? Is locked? Darn. I thought I had that one. Tetris illegal. P.U. Wait a minute. Penny, why is your rank Tetris grade E? You think I could dive bomb somebody? Checking the Discord. Aha. Oh, they're all on a VC together. So that means... Rubs my hands diabolically. We have 15 players. So 1-7, 1-8? It looks like, yeah, we are waiting on Group D. So what do we do in the meantime? If I can't guess it, I'm not joining. Fuck! Dos give it. Womp womp. Message retracted. That's scary.
I'm here. Are you prepared?
Hello, person whose default character is set to Ringo. I'm prepared for you to kick my ass. Hmm. Whoa!
Something. Something.
I guess we're just gonna eat this. Ah, fuck, no. What we really have to eat is the Miss All Clear. Sorry, I got a bit of a controller malfunction there.
Someone owes me an apology. That was perfect. Something.
Okay.
Something. Got it.
Okay, that's the main. Ah. That's a 10.
Here it comes.
Oh! ¡Joder, mi estúpida vaca vida! ¡Coño!
Someone owes me an apology. That was perfect.
This game is so hard. Papa's purpose in ranked a few times the other day. Yeah. Rush them, be annoying. Where you want me to you want me to renege on my principles?
Right choice.
Is that what you're telling me to do?
Let's have fun, okay?
How dare you? Sure.
Here.
Oops.
Come on.
Wait. No, my bad. My bad. My mistake. My fault. What?
No.
I mean, I meant to do that.
No. Here.
This game's easy.
You want the worst piece of
Squares is the wrong choice. What, is something not right around here? Nah.
here.
Yeah, I don't really feel like it. Okay. Oh, I got plenty of time. Let's fucking go! Oh, wait. Let me not, cheer too early. Oh no, I ate. Period.
How's that? No. Impossible. No. Impossible.
Perfect.
You want the worst piece of
Freshwater harassment moment. Tale as old as time. Yeah, let me hit them with this attack. Sets off my main chain. Oops. Can we do one more? Do we have room for one more? No one wants to play with Dusty. No one wants to play with Dusty. What? Last match of groups is about to end. Probably have time for one more if you want to get someone real quick. Yeah. No one want to play with Dusty. You're making Dusty sad. Mean to me. No! I'm sorry! Sorry! Come back! I'll play with you! Lo siento!
I'm all
I'm
yours.
Press F to pay respects to the person I just dodged. My stupid baka life. This would only happen to me.
Take this.
Someday.
Hmm.
Someday.
No.
Got it.
Why am I so stupid? Why does this keep happening to me? Okay, well... I guess I was rewarded for my bad behavior, but I hope I never do that again.
Thunderstorm. Stop it. Stop it.
She's just gonna yell and scream now.
That was perfect.
She's just gonna kill me. She's just gonna reach to the screen and grab me like a fish. Hmm. Look at this latency. Hmm.
Solved it. Got it. Solved it. Got it.
Take this.
Solved. Contact. Take it.
Okay, net zero engagement.
Take this.
Ow. Solved it.
Okay, that's an actual chain.
Thunderstorm. Nightmare. Star Striker.
Solved it. Got it.
Unfortunately, those blues do not connect.
Take this.
Right back at you.
Oh!
Solved it.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go down that easily. I can't. My fault. Okay. Not too bad. Eat this 3 chain though.
Take this. Parry.
Okay. It's 0 interaction.
Solved it.
Take this. Thunderstorm.
Wow, 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 wow.
Okay. I built really high on column 3,
The day is mine.
and that was a really diabolical yellow drought. Ergo, not my fault. What the heck? Okay. I gotta put the game down. I gotta put the game down because it's just being freaking mean to me. It's just eating my inputs. Like, what in the Sam hell are we doing? Hello?
Take this. Thunderstorm.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta put the game down, I fear.
Solved it. Solved it. Got it. Solved it. Got it.
Take this. Thunderstorm.
Oh, damn. No, bad pop.
Take this. Thunderstorm.
Solved it.
Nightmare. Star Striker. Shadow.
It's because I'm playing with my arms too close to my lap.
Study more.
The day is mine.
Inshin.
The water's fine. I'm here.
Puyo died, guys. I'm just gonna play with my hands above my head. That's what I'm gonna do.
Solved it. Got it. Solved. Tied in.
I hate you specifically.
Solved it. Don't hurt me. Solved it. Got it. No. Flash. Flash. Solved it. Flash. Got it. Solved. No. Flash. Flash. Solved it.
Oh my god! Let's do that. Oh my god! Just eat shit! I hate you specifically!
Flash. Guide in. Ow.
Perfect.
Flash. Guide in. Ow.
Not so perfect.
I need to study more.
Why am I playing ranked? Look at how beautifully my chain is going. Famous last words, Dusty.
Flash. Guide in. Solved it.
Perfect.
Flash. Guide in. Solved it. Dive. Got it. Swim.
Haha!
I'm sorry.
Oh. No, I'm not cooked. I'm goated. This game is easy.
Hide in. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. That was perfect.
Oh, you know. I'm actually playing ranked because I hate myself. I'm just kidding. Don't joke like that. Because the more you tell yourself that, the more you actually believe it.
Flash. Hide in. Ow.
What's your damage?
Solved it. Flash. Hide in. Solved it. Ow.
Okay. No, I see how it is. I see what kind of game you playing.
Flash. Hide in. Dive. Solved it. Got it. Flash. Stop. Solved it.
Okay, perfect.
Flash. Hide in. Solved it.
I was just like, I just don't need anything particularly evil to happen to me today.
Flash. Take it.
Perfect! See? I told you this game is easy.
Perfect.
This game is... I have a lot of feelings about this game. A lot of feelings I'm not going to get into. Oh, of course not. Yee. Alright, y'all ready? Oh dear. I gotta refresh. And spectate. We are on Pearl Bracket. Y'all ready? Me too, Tart. Have you been on TV yet? I'm trying to decide between doing what I should probably do because I have to, and watching my favorite player, Pink Spinner. I want to see Mitsu improvement fire emoji. Has she made the announcement yet? Yes? Okay. Wait, are you sure? I'm like tripping. Where is announcements? General. Announcements. General. Oh dear. If I see the session could not be found, it's fucking over for you! You see, I'm looking at, Battle 5, right meow. And Battle 5 doesn't like to update me automatically. Okay, well, you know what that means. That means do something completely unrelated while I wait for something to happen. So, what can I do without, like, doxing myself horribly? Or something. The problem with bracket start announcements is that I don't get pinged. I just have to watch everything like a hawk. Professional commentary. Man, who said I was a professional? I hope no one's saying that about me. Unless they're saying I'm a professional game designer, that would be nice. Oh, I didn't even have to put in a password because this guy, buddy on the right, is on my friends list.
Let's have fun, okay?
You got Beanpole versus Beanpole.
Leave it to me.
Oh, me too, Tart. You got a fan. I like this song. I might turn the volume up for that. Okay.
Here. Come on.
I think that... How do I say that? I'm gonna go with Mal.
Now then.
Mal's
How
got
interesting.
an interesting dilemma with those blues, because it was like the red was the extension, but the
Now then.
harassment came out too quickly for the blue trigger to
Now then.
go on top of the reds.
Beautiful.
Here.
So now the openness of that red is
Here.
the openness of that red is lost its efficacy a little bit, but
Sweet.
having an extension like that, you can kind of see how like, you know, being open from the top and the sides is an advantage as well.
Here.
Now then. How interesting.
Now, I think that Mitsu Tart really wants to... Alright. Bit of it. A time sync with that pop on the right.
That wasn't sweet.
Gravity was my ally.
Oh, I forgot to turn off my timer. Okay, yellow. Please put a blue in column 5. Please, 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 please. He hates me. He hates me. I knew it. It's because I'm from Florida, isn't it? Look, if Mitsu Tart had died to that column 3, I would have clipped the fuck out of it. I'm not. I have no shame in admitting that.
Here.
Now that cut,
Now then.
Mitsu Tart's gonna have to eat shit for that cut
Wasn't sweet.
Gravity was my ally.
on account of not having the appropriate reds to finish out that transition with the little stairs extension on top. This is a bit
Come on.
wonky for tail, which is why it's not a tail. It looks like it's a harassment chain. Mao responds to that fairly, you know, pretty cool. Fairly quickly. Mitsu Tart not using that
Now then.
on the right to attack. That's what that's what I was thinking was going to happen. Now having a chain that kind of explodes in a lot of places, but is quite short.
Here.
Going to be beat out by just a chain that's longer and more efficient.
Cake.
Mal's still up 2 games, though. We're looking for Mitsu Tart to find his, stride a little bit. I'm tweaking, dog. Yo! Don't chat and play!
Here. Come on.
Okay. Breaking the base for the harassment.
Here.
Now then. Now then. How interesting.
Now, going to fall victim to this also broken chain that cuts short.
That wasn't sweet.
Mitsu Tart, you gotta
Was
lock
my
in.
ally.
All 6 of my concurrent viewers are depending on you to lock in, Mitsu. Do you not see how imperative it is that you lock in expeditiously?
Here.
Just attack with it. Oi!
Now then.
You see, like, Mal has like that big old divot in the center of column 3. The kind of divot that you don't like. The kind of divot that you don't want because it means you're not getting the pieces that you need, consistently, in a row. You're looking for one thing and you're fishing for it, and that's why everything is off to the sides, and it's starting to encroach on your column 3.
Now then. How interesting. Beautiful. Whoops.
3-chain rush is extremely
Now
livable.
then. How interesting.
Although I'm not sure I would have put the double yellows there. I would have put it in column 1 personally. Give it a little bit more height. Blocking off that red with the yellows. Gets a 3-chain. 3-chain catches Mal, and then the 3-chain follow-up.
Now then.
Mal not having enough space to be able to get out of that.
Piece of cake.
What's a piece splitting from Mitsu Tart here? Mal's got a bit of a strange chain.
Now then.
That 1-chain.
How interesting.
That 1-chain damage piecement. Just the one on top of the greens is really all it takes. Now really running away with this in a series of like small wins from pokes, being unprepared for pokes. And this is the cerebral part of the game that I really, really like.
Here. Here.
Now Mitsu Tart having enough. I'm pretty sure Mitsu Tart had enough workability with those pieces in order to force that into an all clear. But it kind of sort of doesn't matter right now,
Now then.
because Mal's about to set out that main chain.
Now then. How interesting. Beautiful.
Mitsu Tart
Back at you.
not quite making the right call and setting off that attack just too long to really catch Mal off guard. And Mal's gonna take that.
That wasn't sweet.
Gravity was my ally.
Mal's gonna send Mitsu Tart down to losers. But good show, good show. I liked the chains. I liked the builds. Alright. In battle, if I were waiting for the results of, Hank and Marigio. And we're watching Mal versus Mauricio. Mal really improved since we last played. I know that I have him in my friends list, which is why I didn't have to input the code. I just don't remember how he played when I last played against him. It was probably, like, I think he's been in my friends list since, like, 2021. Yeah. I mean, I like to see a returning face. I do like to see a returning face. Okay, what am I looking at? Lovely and talented. Okay, I'm running out of milk, so I'm wondering if I should get, like, whole milk next time, or, like, go full in on the fruit drinks and get some coconut milk. Actually, okay, wait, all 6 concurrent viewers, now that I have your attention, I have an urgent request for you. Okay, it's not urgent, but I have a request for you. I have a painting that my brother bought from me like 3 years ago, and I still haven't sent it to him because that painting is 18 by 24 inches tall. It's a tall painting. No, it's a fairly big painting. I just used like square meters, square units, so it should be like big, like area. Anyway, like, I don't want to offload that cost onto my credit card because, you know, credit card debt is, like, kind of bad, you know? So we're getting a 5 chain from...
How interesting.
I know you guys want to hear the... Okay, I can't care about this right now. The long story short is that, like, the actual, like, cost of shipping a painting that size would probably be a little bit prohibitive for me, which is why I want to offload this cost onto my beautiful, lovely, loyal viewers. Who is willing to foot the bill? We can crowdfund it. Can you crowdfund me shipping this painting to my brother?
How interesting. Beautiful.
My goal is $200. I don't have, like, super chats or anything like that.
Now then.
I'm just gonna pin my coffee in it. And then you can send me as many pub subs as you want, and it will go into the shipping my painting to my brother fund. All 6 of you, let's make this work. I'm seeing a very nefarious build from Mauricio. A normal-ass build from Mal.
How interesting. Beautiful.
6 chain from Mauricio. I'm broke. Okay, well, if you broke, don't say anything. Nobody has to know.
See you next time.
Sorry, that was a little forceful, but, Yeah. I hate hearing. I would love to! Okay. Thank you for your time.
Alright. Time to shine.
Now then,
Mission.
how interesting.
See, now Mauricio's got Mal playing his game.
Alright. Time to shine.
Now then,
So, this is
how
where we're at.
interesting.
Alright.
It's like, it takes Mauricio, because you could see that it takes Mauricio a considerable period of time to actually, like,
Now then,
build, like, a long-ish chain.
beautiful.
I think the longest chain that I've seen Mauricio build was 10. I don't know if I saw it in person, but I saw it. No, I don't know if I was the one who saw it or if I saw him report that he did it,
Beautiful.
right?
Gorgeous.
Where's the love?
I do love these adaptations from Mal, though.
Alright.
Now then,
We have a
how
4-chain in
interesting.
response.
Beautiful.
Alright.
Gorgeous.
Where's the love? I'm no match.
Gravity was my ally.
But, like, there's a considerable difference between the speed of builds when Mauricio plays for the length of a chain versus playing for just the power of a chain. So everything comes out fairly quickly, and you can kind of see it come out fairly quickly,
How
and
interesting.
now Mal is just
Gorgeous.
rushing 4 chains.
Time to shine.
But this is going to be a fairly big 4-chain in response, which Mal gave a little bit too much time to come out.
See you next
I made a 14. Congratulations, like actually. So I think if Mal's gonna do the chain rush, it's gotta be like a 5 or higher.
Alright. Time to shine.
Now then,
Alright.
Although, it's really easy to get a bit exhausted by this style of play.
now then,
Alright.
Because you really never get a break. And that really high column 3 is going to betray Mal.
Alright. Time to shine.
Mal building that trigger really high up in order to
now then,
counter
interesting.
with a long enough chain
Gorgeous.
with the tail at the very end, getting it to a 7. Really impressive play.
Alright. Where's the love? Where's the love?
Really love to see it.
No match.
Gravity was my ally.
Alright. Alright.
Now, this is a 3-chain harassment from Mauricio. I think it's like you can kind of see them seeing it coming.
Now then, how interesting. Now
Not
then,
sure if that 2-chain was necessarily planned. It didn't seem like it, but welcome surprise.
Now then, how interesting. Beautiful.
This one certainly seems planned, that 3-chain.
Now then,
Alright, I guess Mal just working on how that
now then,
Mission.
how interesting.
how that extension would work. Not quite working out in the way that he wants it to.
Now then, how interesting. Now then, how interesting.
We're getting some really fast responses from Mal.
How interesting. Now then, now then,
Really fishing for that
Mission.
1-chain quick kill.
now then.
And out comes the 5-chain response, so Mal's not really gonna have enough cerebral cortex. Mal.
See you next time.
Like, actually, like, tapped the fuck in?
Now then,
Third eye wide the fuck open? Still trailing behind by 2 games. But, you know,
Alright. Time to shine. Submission.
Now then,
Ability scale.
how interesting.
right, the 1 chain clear into the 5 chain follow-up is definitely going to take that, especially with the, you know, all clear chaining is kind of hard because you just have to kind of build high for damage, and then what happens if you can't reach your trigger?
Alright. Time to shine. Submission.
Now,
Now then,
Mal building a little bit too flat for this response. Still has a little bit of space at the top, but really not enough
now then.
to be able to do anything about that.
See you next time.
Got into the same bracket as the top guys, but at what cost? Ugh.
Alright.
We have some watching.
Now then,
Mal's gonna set that
how
off.
interesting. Beautiful.
Just sets off the 5 chain, and that's the win condition.
Where's the love?
I want to see more builds like that, Mal.
My ally.
Alright.
Not behind by 2 games,
Now then, how
but
interesting. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
I'm
Magnificent.
seeing kind of a stride here with these 5 chains.
Where's the love?
I was able to get these 5 chains out fairly quickly.
Alright.
This red drought is gonna be diabolical. And that blue block off, though, that as well.
Alright.
Now then,
One thing I think is really interesting about Puyo is that it's got stale moves in it, which is kind of funny to me.
now then. Now then. Now then.
Alright.
Now then. How interesting.
Now, this extension with
Gorgeous.
what?
Magnificent.
It's a way of getting back to his main chain. Not necessarily the full thing, but
No match.
Gravity was my ally.
kind of a wild dig. Mal getting comfortable,
Now then. How
main
interesting.
chaining there. But prepared for that fast attack. Prepared for that one too. Needs a green at the bottom there. Gets
How
it.
interesting.
Just returns back to that main chain.
Magnificent.
Now we're getting a 4 from Mauricio.
Melody scale. Where's the love?
Just enough to survive.
Now then.
Follow up 3 from Mal.
Beautiful.
That popping the red was a bit of a time sink, time eater.
Now then. How interesting. Beautiful.
Mal getting very efficient with these 3s.
Now then. How interesting.
Just kind of paying attention to his opponent. And like, some of these chains, some of these tails are kind of,
Gravity was my ally.
they're kind of, I'm kind of, you know, they're tasty. Like, they're so scrumptious. Now, Mal having that trigger up with the reds up there. Gonna opt for that purple extension. Gonna greed a little bit for that purple extension. And then just opt to set it off.
Interesting. Beautiful.
Now, you could see Mauricio working for an actual chain. Taking a little bit too much time to set it off. And it's also not particularly long. That extra time giving Mal the confidence to extend for a 7. Although Mal's builds are a little bit, ooh, not quite for the all clear
How
there.
interesting.
Oh, well, depending on the blues,
Shine.
And those blues are foul, but depending on the purples, those purples are a little foul. Up, but gets the all clear anyway.
How interesting. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Mal's third eye is wide the fuck open?
Gravity was my ally.
I feel like I'm in this middle ground. Yeah. Ryder, can I tell you a secret on stream that everyone who watches the stream will hear, and everyone who watches the VOD will hear as well?
Now then. How interesting.
Alright, that, tailing form, that, stairs form didn't quite work out for Mal. And so we're 8-8 on winner semis. And I think we have a little bit of a misdrop from Mal's end, but cleans it up like no problem.
Now then. How interesting. Beautiful.
Sends over a 3 as well.
Now then. Now then.
That's gonna be a very big 2. So that's going to force, Mauricio to set off everything that they have. I was thinking that might counter by a little bit more. But that misdrop, that's going to be a misdrop with the greens. Oh, I shouldn't have placed all my eggs in one basket.
Now then.
Now we have a 3-chain into an all clear.
Beautiful.
That is a clean block off. It's just so foul that it goes into an all clear. Go ahead before I continue with this thought. Okay. Part of the reason... Oh, fuck. No, that's not what I meant to do. I stopped playing Carbuncle's Corner because I won. What would happen is I would enter the bracket, lose all of my pools matches, get placed into Bronze or Pearl, and then win Bronze and Pearl without dropping a game. Not without dropping a game, without dropping a set. And it actually made me feel really empty inside. I was like, where the fuck do I even belong? I just throw all of my pools matches and then mollywallop everyone in my bracket. What does this mean? And she was just like, you know, like, you really are improving. And I'm kind of like, you know what, maybe I'm not Goku and maybe I don't care. I had to stop. Because otherwise, I was going to... Oh, that was Winners Finals, my bad. Otherwise I was going to, like, kill somebody. And it's not gonna be me, because I'm my biggest hater, and I can't let that happen. You know? Like, if I turn that rage internally, then my haters win, and I cannot let that happen. Even if that big hater is myself, so. It is a very confusing feeling to deal with. To be like, you know, I'm too good for the lower brackets, but too bad for the higher brackets. And I have no idea how to grapple with it. I have no advice for you. I just wanted to tell you that I can relate to that feeling. Now, I was going to be waiting in Losers Finals, so I'm going to be waiting for whoever wins Mitsu Tart versus Lonnie, which seems to have just wrapped up. Very cool. Can I get real-time updates from Battlefy, please? Please, please, please? Well, excuse me, princess. It's like not even letting me input the damn thing. Am I going insane? I'm gonna hit refresh a couple times. It's empty. What's going on? No. We're not hitting battle. We're hitting spectate. Okay. Alright. That's why I misdrop, lol. Yeah. Fatal. Absolutely brutal. I know if I play as I think I can definitely win the brackets I typically get placed in, and even sometimes punch above, but then there's that getting thrown into the fire moment that it can come with. Yeah, yeah. Will I become a VTuber? No. Because I don't like them. I don't know why I don't like them, I just don't. Pink Spinner! I'm so glad she decided to join! That's my Rafina buddy. I feel like if I were to articulate why I do not like VTubers, I would say something really weird, and people wouldn't like that. It doesn't feel like a legitimate reason. Actually, I shouldn't do that to myself, but it's... I don't know, it's just like... I see VTubers get into a lot of, like, really dumb drama, and it's like, I don't... Okay, let me say something about parasocial relationships real quick, is that all people develop parasocial relationships. Having a parasocial relationship with a public figure is normal. It was coined to talk about how people respond to, like, TV hosts and stuff. But no, that's not the issue. It's definitely seeing VTubers get into a lot of dumb drama, or feeling compelled to make the VTuber myself, but not having the patience nor the tools to be able to do so, or having access to the tools, but certainly not the patience, because I haven't started my 3D journey yet, and I really should. Bit of a mishap with that GTR there. Nothing a little cleanup can't do.
I can see it.
Nothing a little 3-chain harassment can't do. Hello, Pink.
Here it comes.
It's a nice 2-chain at the top of the board. Pink's still fighting for her life. I respect it.
I can see it. Here it comes.
Also a nice 2-chain at the top of the board.
I can see it. It's
We're getting a
coming.
3-chain from Nitsu Tart.
I can see it.
And that is going to be a little rough. There's even not enough rows in the ghost row. I'm sorry, if you want to if you want to hear me keep talking about VTubers, let me know after the match. A little bit wider on that. Pink Spinner sending that off early. V2 Tart, that unintended 2-chain, wasting just too much time.
Was there ever any doubt?
Why do you feel bad for her? Well, she is... I saw a couple of her posts and she seemed like she was getting a bit discouraged, but I you know, I hate to see people feel like that, so you know. Puyo games go by really quickly. It's like really easy to get tilted at this game, but it's also like all of the matches are like 2 seconds long. Which is why when people make me play games that go on forever, I get very agitated. Oh, we got people rooting against each other.
I should have predicted this. Was there ever any doubt?
Mitsu's playing Feli. Mitsu is playing Feli. Her mind go pink!
I can see it.
The pink fandom is growing. The pink fandom is absolutely eating tonight.
I can see it. I can see it. It's coming. I can see it.
It's a good strategy to do, like when you don't have shit or fuck.
Here it comes.
Oh!
I can see it.
I didn't see that coming. Oh my god.
I can see it. No, you can't.
Oh,
No, you can't.
alright.
I should have predicted this. Was there ever any doubt?
I'm a fan of both, to be real. You see, that's what Daniel says about Girls' Generation and 21. Actually, I think that this is a joke that only I will get, so I will just leave that at that. What happened? I just didn't expect that
Here it comes.
as a dig. I just didn't expect a dig. It was a bit of a crazy dig.
I can see
Okay, we
it.
get the extension with the greens.
I can see it. I can
Really
see
bold
it.
extension with the reds.
Coming.
And having plenty of time to get it off because of the main chain, but the main chain does... No, it doesn't. It doesn't cut. That was a very beautiful 9 chain from Pink. Even though it didn't quite offset all the damage. I once played and it got bored hella quickly and apparently it was a short play.
No, you can't. No. Here it comes.
It does take a while to get into. How do I respond to that?
I can see it.
I'm like juggling a lot of threads at
See
once.
it. Here it comes. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it.
Okay,
I can
that's
see
a little
it.
foul.
It's coming.
That might have cost her. That yeah, that cost her.
Me an apology. I knew I'd win.
If she can manage against aggro phones, she can win easy. What am I seeing? Oh. I was freaking out because I thought I saw Pink Spinner doing GTR. I thought I was about to throw up.
I can see it.
Pink kind of builds up, and just knocks him down. It's like kind of great. I love it. Mitsu Tart, noodling a little bit with the placement of those pieces.
Was there ever any doubt?
He had the pieces to set it off, I think. Just a little bit more, confidence. Self-assured placements. I would like to see Mewtwo Tart put right a column 3 to finish that chain though, and there it is.
Here it comes. I can see it. It's coming. No, you can't.
Now, Pink Spinner just setting that 5 chain off immediately.
I should have predicted this. Was there ever any doubt?
Guess Mewtwo Tart just running into a little bit of, pain trouble.
I can see it.
I think that I really like Pink's, extensions. I think that they're really creative.
I can see it. It's coming. Horror. Zodiac.
Yeah, I'm just seeing just a little bit of chain trouble from Mewtwo Tart.
No, you can't.
Probably
I
fatigue.
should have predicted
My voice is soothing!
Ever any doubt?
You should have heard me when I was cursing in Spanish, a language which I do not speak.
I can see it.
Losers finals is first to 7? That's crazy. Oh, I thought you were Mewtwo Tart, so I was spectating.
I can see it.
You see, you can tell that I'm not Mewtwo Tart on account of my account name not being Dusty.
It's coming. Here it comes.
If it were me playing,
It's coming.
it would say Dusty.
Zodiac. Here it comes. No. I can see it. It's coming. Horror.
Okay, we got the finisher.
I can see it. I can see it. It's coming. Horror. Here it
Mewtwo Tart, though, yeah, keeping up that pressure,
Someone
very strong pressure, especially when,
might win.
you know, when Mewtwo Tart's butt's on fire.
I can see it. I can see it. It's coming.
Winnable, winnable.
I can see it. It's coming.
You got this, Pink?
Horror.
Period.
Here it comes.
That's a 5.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
And that's
I should
That's
have
match.
predicted this. Was there ever any doubt?
absolute baller. Alright. Pink is progressing. That's my go. Hey yo! Meet to me! Okay, we're gonna be watching Mal versus Pink Spinner. And I can join this room for free, right? Because it's my friend, right? No? Game is mean to me? Alright, I'll ask. Alright. I have like a different name on every platform. You know, I used to do that. I used to do that, but then I was like kind of worried that it was fracturing my identity. So I consolidated some of the names and pruned some of the others. So I've decided that if you see me on a video game, it's to study. It's spelled wrong on purpose. Oop. No, you're definitely on my friends list. I don't know why it didn't work like that. I know because I see you, like, it'll be in, like, the corner of my screen. I'll just be playing, like, Later Alligator or something, and it's like, your buddy is playing YouTube, and I was just like, aren't you supposed to be on Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 right now? I'm just playing. You can do whatever you like on your Nintendo Switch. Alright. So we are in losers finals.
Are you prepared?
Pink, your adoring fans are going wild.
Leave it to me.
What if Dusty versus Mitsu? I don't know. What if? Now I'm making a bit of a bulky GTR. Open on either side. Finishing up that GTR in the beginning.
Now then. How interesting. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Alright, so we're getting full main chain from Mal. It's a 9. Unfortunately, those reds don't quite connect. I cheer for my Puyo rivals.
Gravity was my ally.
As you should! I was trying to think of something like that's like a friends don't let friends do blah blah blah, but it's like sworn enemies don't let sworn enemies, you know?
Now then.
Something like that. Just pretend that I said that.
How interesting. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
I wish I had a consistent rival. Yeah, me too.
No! Someone owes me an apology.
Gravity was my ally.
Unfortunately, I have an avoidant personality. If I were like typing that, I would write, I have a, in quotation marks, avoidant personality, which I am working through with my, in quotation marks, therapist. That's how I would phrase that.
Now then.
Here it comes.
And by my therapist, I mean my licensed clinical social worker.
Gorgeous. Magnificent. Right back at you. Dazzling.
Right, the 7 chain versus the 5.
Now then. How interesting.
I hope someone doesn't have an actual Puyo enemy.
Gravity was my ally.
I'm gonna hope that we all move past the enemy phase when Wumbo finally played Puyo. That's gonna be my bit on it. No more Puyo enemies. No more Puyo mortal foes. Just rivals.
Now then.
A friendly rivalry. Yeah.
Now then. How interesting.
Okay, Mal's going a little crazy with these harassments.
Here it comes.
Now then. How interesting. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Magnificent. Exquisite.
Here
I
it
think that purple's just a little bit too far to the right for it to connect to the rest of the chain.
Someone owes me an apology.
Wumbo does Hellfire chains now, so? Oh, terrible news for me, specifically! Oh! We need more Puyo rivals. I would like to see a Puyo Renaissance.
Now then.
That one, like, year of Puyo that I had in my personal server was, like, great. He does it very well, give him that.
Now then.
That's the worst kind!
Gorgeous. Magnificent. Exquisite.
Okay, 6 from Mal, but Pink's built it up pretty high. I don't think those purples are gonna connect into a tail, so it's not necessarily, it's not gonna make the 7 that she needs in order to counter that.
Someone owes me an apology.
Gravity was my ally.
What if Puyo was paid to win? You could pay like 50 cents to get the shapes in a preferential color. Is this a safe space? Cause I have a hot take.
Now then. Now then.
See, the thing that gets me about Hellfires is that, like, they feel a little bit like egg on my face because it's like you and your opponent have the same pieces. So it's like if my chain's not coming out fast enough, it's just like a skill issue. That's what it feels like.
Beautiful. Gorgeous. Magnificent.
Here it comes. Crush. Score.
Pink's gonna be taking her first win of this set,
Ever any doubt?
which we all love to see. You know, we're all Pink fans in the chat. I do need someone to answer if this is a safe space, though, because I have a hot take.
Now then. How interesting. Now then. How interesting. Beautiful.
Yeah, these 3-chain harassments are not being particularly kind to Pink.
How interesting. Beautiful. Now then.
Someone owes me an
I give you the gold pass,
Gravity was my ally.
even the diamond pass. Alright, as for, a pay-to-win Puyo game, where you pay money to get preferential colors, did you mean Puyo Quest?
How interesting. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Listen,
Here it comes.
that I see that lonely little blue piece in the corner there, and I know that with like a little bit of forethought, it could have been an all clear. And I say Mal's got to go to all clear, missing jail for that. I do like that Pink waited for that damage to hit,
How interesting.
lifted up those reds in order to counter with that. So we're seeing the aftermath of that chain. We're like 2 chains out of that.
Here it comes.
Now
It's a
then.
big 3-chain,
How interesting.
but keep. We got these moments where like Pink kind of slows down, and it's like, okay, watch, but you gotta build, because you never really know. And so like in moments like that, where like, you know, Pink could just be building a follow-up chain. It's like, these are big attacks, but you don't know what your opponent has until
Was there ever any
they set it off. Right? I mean, I guess you could know if you were like a super genius who could look at a board and tell you how much damage it does, but like, I'm not that, so... And I sure hope nobody, like, in real life is, either. Okay, I'm thinking yellow on top of the purples and then red on top of the yellow. We're thinking the same thing! Oh my god, we're literally twinsies! Okay, main chain from Pink, main chain from Mal. So we're just going to see whose is longer. Not quite a tail from Mal, but we're getting a 9 from Pink as well.
Was there ever any doubt?
Momoken, okay, but when you watch Momoken be playing fast as hell. Was it supposed to be first to 9? This is losers finals. I'm looking at it, and it says first to 7 wins. So that's what we're doing.
Now then.
Now having a very, very neat chain. Like, workshopping some... a tail? There? Is that what we're doing?
How interesting. Beautiful.
Unfortunately, all of that dilly-dallying cuts the purples.
Was there ever any doubt?
Now then. How interesting. Beautiful.
Okay. We're going for some very aggressive strategies in order to close out the
Now
point.
then.
And
Someone owes me
Pink
an
couldn't...
apology.
Was my ally.
See, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, Marigio, because I felt like if I said it, she would drop a game. And now look at what happened. Where's our goat? 3rd place. 4th place. Tragic day. Tragic day for pig fans everywhere. Okay, I hope I'm not putting on too much pressure. Wait, no, it is 3rd place. My bad. But 3rd place is huge. Okay. Who's kept their room open? Can we take a short break? So we have a rematch in Grand Finals. So we don't have to rush into that. And top 3 players, head on over to Winner Is You and let me do something with this channel first. Frickin', okay. Where is she? Oh my god. I just want them to be able to send messages. There we go. The check mark. Okay, I have this stupid ass streamer mode on, which truncates everybody's name. So can anybody tell me what these people's Discord usernames are? I can't see anything. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna disable it. Terms. And I sure hope this doesn't fry my machine. Let's just send messages. And... okay. Y'all, what? Okay. These usernames are actually gonna kill me. I'm seeing a DM. They're both in the match. 2401L is real. Please don't start yet. Thank God. I'm like trying to manage these channel perms so that I can get the top 3 winners thing going, because that's my job now. There you are. And send messages and save changes. Let me ping these 3 people.
Leave it to me.
Alright. Okay, so like I said, we're seeing a rematch of Mal versus Mauricio. Mauricio's built something kind of big, so I'm assuming that Mal would want to prepare for that, but, you know, Mauricio hasn't sent it yet.
How interesting. Beautiful. Right back at you.
We got something that's like a little bit of a cut, but it still kind of sends anyway. It's a 7. I'm gonna advance.
Gravity was my ally.
See, about disabling streamer mode, I don't, does it save on resources though? Because, like, OBS cooks my computer. It gets so hot at the end of the day. I really want to keep using it, but, like, yeah, that's not gonna all clear. I, like, can't. Because it's, like, it's so hot. I feel like if I keep using it, it's gonna, like, crash on me eventually.
Now then.
Alright. Not quite the piece that Mal's gonna need in order to survive that.
See you next time.
If you think I'm saying nonsense, you're right. I haven't played Puyo ever. I think that Puyo is a fun game when you ignore literally everyone else who plays it. I think this is true for all competitive video games. Okay, so that's like... Okay, Mal falling victim to the, the Mauricio 4-chain. What animal is that? Oh, the Tetris piece? He's a dog. He's supposed to be a dog.
Now then. Now then.
He's a dog, but he's also an engineer.
Now then. How interesting.
Chat, I'm cringe. Why are you posting cringe in my chat, brother? Ah!
Now then.
Things that kill me dead.
Interesting.
Things that kill me dead. Alright, so it seems like we've had a little bit of, like, feeling out our opponent for these first 4 games.
Interesting. Beautiful.
We're seeing these
Gorgeous.
big attacks from Mal now.
Gravity was my ally.
We have kind of a nice chain. We can call him 5. That's gonna tail. Put a blue on top of that too. And we have that really, really wide GTR that's gonna make it accessible from just about anywhere. Okay, well, I guess I have to train up my 3rd eye in order to play against Mal. These builds are insane. Okay. Already getting attacks from Mauricio. I was gonna say a little bit foul, that lack of the red, but the damage isn't so bad. This is still a 6-chain even with that misdropped red. That was a misdropped double red.
Gravity was my ally.
if you want a quick rundown on how Puyo works, I don't know if you can like see it from here, but basically you want to stack these funny shaped blobs in a way where when you pop one of them, it starts a reaction, like a cascading effect, where that pops more chains. And the more Puyos you pop, the better. The more powerful your attack gets. Now the great thing about this game is that it can get very, like, very mind-gamey really quickly.
Gravity was my ally.
You can juke people out. You can make things that look like it's going to be a long chain, but are actually a short chain. And so, this game is very beloved.
Now then, how interesting. Right back at you.
Okay, so I'm seeing, like, another... I saw the all-clear potential in those pieces as well. And I'm afraid Mal's gotta go to missed all-clear jail again.
How interesting. Beautiful.
I guess we could send Mal to jail, you know, if he blows this lead. Oh, I might actually jinx it. He might actually blow this lead. The other thing about Puyo is, like, no. What else was I going to say? I was going to talk about how Mal is coming from loser's bracket.
Now then.
Anyway, Mal is coming from loser's bracket, so if he loses this, it's over.
Now then.
But if he wins, we get to see a bracket reset. And if he wins the first set, and loses the second one, I'll be very cross, because I don't like when people waste my time.
Now then.
Alright, Mauricio a little bit low on resources here. With all that damage on the board. Mal setting off that 5 chain.
Gravity was my ally.
I'm starting to see Mal evade some of these maneuvers quite expertly. It's still managing to build a fairly solid GTR.
Now then. How interesting.
I'm kinda, oh, I might say it. I might say it. I can't say it. I mustn't say it. Nay, I shan't say.
Now then. How interesting.
Stairs? Now, unfortunately for Mal, blue in the wrong column wasn't going to tail the way that he wanted it to.
See you next time.
Oh yeah, Rainbow Bloom, this is a tournament. This is... Otherwise, I think I would probably be playing myself. Okay, now Mauricio's gonna get this all clear, because, that's the one thing that I like about Mauricio's playstyle, is finding the all clears when they're there. And Mal's gonna go to jail. Go directly to jail, do not collect $200, do not pass go.
Now then.
2-chain, not a very tough 2-chain, I think. Oh,
Now then.
but such a nice tail with those... Okay, so now those greens are not gonna tail, the greens and purples on Mal's side.
Now then.
Oh, they might, actually. My bad.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
That's going to be a 5-chain. Mauricio doesn't have that, like, extra yellow in column 2 that would give him the extra power that he needed. Still lives on that one sliver, that, like, one little
How interesting.
piece of damage at the top of the board, but that big explosive 3-chain is definitely gonna do it.
Gravity was my ally.
Damn, Mal's kind of playing like a pro now. See, okay, now Mal's doing the builds of people who will never miss another all clear ever again.
Now then. How interesting.
5 chain from Mauricio.
Gorgeous. Magnificent.
Mal's gonna block off a lot of that damage. I might be missing a couple of resources on account of that attack.
Now then.
Just a little bit awkward position to be in, but
Now then.
that's gonna be like a nice power 3 from Mal. Then it has those little blues on top
Now then. How
to...
interesting.
I thought they were gonna pop the yellows.
Now then. How interesting. Now then. How interesting.
So we get a 4 chain from Mal. And I don't know how long these games have been going on, but I'm imagining that margin time might be starting to kick in a little bit too. I really want to see Mal clear those yellows at the bottom, but I don't think... Okay, not enough yellows to make that into a trigger, but fine enough attack in order to get 1 over on Mauricio. Mauricio thinking about how he can turn this into an all clear, but it's not enough yellows until recently. Gets the all clear again. This might actually be the death of Mal. I think this one might haunt him. Imagine 3D Puyo. 3D Puyo would genuinely make my brain explode. Hey, have you heard of this crazy game called Puyo Pop Fever? They have this mode that gives you motion sickness in real time. So that's not an attack that Mal would live because he doesn't because the yellows are too far down and he didn't have enough of them. Mauricio's tied it up now. So I guess my horrid prophecy did come true, which I don't like to see. Now this is gonna be a really cool extension from Mal with the yellows. I did like that. That doesn't count. Okay. I accept that. Like, it would probably only count as, like, 3D Puyo if you could place things in, like, 3 dimensions. Ah! Oh, that's gonna kill me. Well, that's gonna kill me. That garbage drop in column 1.
See you next time.
Well, Mal blew the lead, just as I predicted. They call me the Cassandra, but like the Cassandra of like... They call me Cassandra.
How interesting. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
And now we're seeing a real freestyle chain from Mauricio. Mauricio going out with a bang. Unfortunately, too much damage for Mal to be able to
How interesting.
build high to counter.
Now then. How interesting.
And that's Pro Bracket. Congratulations, Mauricio. You are a Pro Bracket champion. Wow. Commentator's curse. Nothing ever goes my way. I want something to happen. But like, no. I don't want something to happen. Game's like, but what if it did? Unfortunately, our third eyes are shutting once more. Mauricio, listen, you're an absolute sweetheart. I cannot lie. I've been tilted at a couple of games before, but those were some fairly solid matches. I think I did like the back and forth between the two players. Like, you can kind of see them adapting around each other, and also the chains are getting longer. I do notice that. I take notice. So that was a very exciting Pearl bracket, and it only took like 2 hours to get through. 2.5 hours maybe? So I hope y'all enjoyed that stream and the little bit of drawing that we did in the middle. Just drew Arl laying down for a bit. Thank you so much for joining. As a reminder, you can get in on the Puyo tournament action by joining the Discord server. It's in the description of the live. Yes. Do I have anything else to say? If you enjoy my commentary, you can leave a tip at my coffee, and I'm also trying to fundraise to ship a painting to my brother. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Good night, everybody.